What's up, traders? Hope you're having a great trading day so far. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is AJ on Day Trader Boom or Bust. Today was one of those days where I'm a little frustrated and disappointed in my trading despite being green for the day. And I've talked about this in the past. I mean, you could have a red day and still be, feel really good about your trading, because you followed your rules and what have you. Today was a bit of the opposite of that. The reason for that is because just as it's important to respect your trading rules and risk management to limit losses, I feel it's equally important to respect your trading rules and trading plan on profitable trades to maximize profits. That's an integral part to the success of trading in ours, and which is risk reward, and trade book strategies that rely on a minimum of 2-to-1 or better target on your trades. Because if your winners are 2-to-1, then you can be wrong 60% of the time and still be profitable. So let's take a look here at my watch list. My watch list today, on the primary watch list, I had PLTR, which was trading on news, and I also had Plug and Afria as continuation plays. And on the secondary, I had Mara and CCIV, which are cryptocurrency plays, and then I had Tilray, and I had CCL, which looked interesting. It traded well yesterday, and it looked interesting for a continuation move today. This is my watch list. I post every day on Twitter by 9:15 a.m. So if you want to check it out every morning, go ahead and follow me at AJ Tabayan. Now, let's get into the actual trades for the day. I started the day trading PLTR, and as you can see here, let me just get out my Epic here. This was a pretty small 1-minute candle, and I missed the initial 1-minute ORB breakout. So I didn't chase it. I let it come up here. Obviously, you can see this 200 SMA moving average here. So I didn't want to trade into that. And as I've been talking about lately, I've just found that at the open, the stocks really have, particularly the stocks in play that I've been following, have had really, aggressive volatile moves. And today was no different on PLTR. You can see this green candle pushing up above that moving average, and then right away, next candle, making a strong move down. Now, you can see this wick. Let me just, you can see this wick here. It threw this wick at the bottom and bounced off this opening price. And when it did that, I went long as I guess a bit more of a continuation play. And I also felt pretty strong about that, because you can see, although this wasn't the strongest point of control, there was definitely a lot of volume that was traded at this level that I thought it would probably bounce off of. Anyway, so I went long here, and here is where I really didn't follow my trading rules. I managed to get my first partial at 2R, which was great, and it was, I've talked about this also, a bit of a victim of my recent red streak, so to speak. And because I finally found a trade, an ORB, or sorry, in this case, a bit of more of a trend continuation that had worked early, I really wanted to book profits. And you can see here, it came back, and the price action was so volatile, I didn't want to give back a lot of profit. So I took a small partial here. It was a 25% partial of my remaining position. And had I just held on for this, which was a 3R partial, that would have been great. That would have significantly increased my profit on this trade, and I would have had at least 50% of my position left for this continued move up. And so anyways, I took a partial here at 3R, and once again got jumpy. I got all out over here because I thought, look at this, look at this volatile candle here. It pushed below this 200 SMA. Again, I just wanted to book profits, and instead of following my trading plan, because my break even was all the way down here. And although this one was scary, this one probably wasn't nearly as scary. I was just jumpy, and like I said, just wanted to book profits. If I had held that, like, I would have been able, this would have been a 5R partial up here. And if I just held on the remaining 10-15%, like, look how far this, pushed all the way up. And I knew on the level 2 that there was a lot of inventory here at $29, which is about this level over here. So that was a little frustrating for sure. Now, what happened here was, because I got all out here, I thought, you know what, let me just kind of play this as a bit of a ABCD. And what happened was, once it broke above this, this level here, this, I guess this ABCD level here, I went long again to kind of still benefit from what I felt was a continued move up. And I did. I got a, again, a little jumpy here. I think this was maybe a 1.5R partial. And then, it threw this, this wick here on this candle here that almost stopped me out. And I really wasn't sure what it was going to do. So I got all out once again. My break even was already, my stop was already a break even. I was not going to lose any more on this trade. And I could have just been patient. Had I been patient, I would have got 2R, 3R, 4R, probably even 6R if I'd held up here on the second trade. So, first two trades of the day, comfortably in the green. That's great. Felt good about that, but I really, really was disappointed in myself because I missed this entire move up, and it was my fault because I didn't follow what what my general trade management usually is. I did some more trades after this on other tickers, but before I leave PLTR, I did do one more trade later in the day on PLTR. You can see it after this high, it came back and it bounced off VWAP here, and once it pushed up above this level and this VPOC level, I went long. Unfortunately, it didn't continue, and it came back on me. I'm okay with that. That was I was playing that strategy. You can see that these moving averages were moving up. I thought it would push up once again, but it is what it is. That was a relatively small loss. All right. So after that, I took a look at. Oops, one sec. I took a look at Afria, and so here you can see Afria had a strong move up, and then it proceeded to have this, big reversal candle and pretty significant pullback. It pulled all the way up back to VWAP right here. So, and you can see it was throwing these lower wicks. And so what I did was I went long. I think it was a little bit more apparent. Let me just pull up I want to take a look at the 5-minute chart because I think there was a little bit more indication here on the 5-minute chart. Sorry, I was pulling it up. Okay, so here we are. Zoom in here. No, I was trading this off the 1-minute chart. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to 1 minute. Anyways. This ended up being a bit of a, wow, what happened there? Sorry about that. Wow, I must have went all the way back. All right, there it is. Sorry for the confusion. Just move up here. All right. Jeez. Let me just get everything in order here. All right. So this was the trade. I played it off this bounce, like I said, off VWAP, and I thought it would push back up, but just like PLTR did, um, this was my entry. It came back on me. This was a very, and I saw this candle. I was really, really watching the price action after I saw this semi-doji candle, and I felt it was really weak, so managed to get out with a very, very small loss. Not even a 0.1 R loss. So that was, for me anyways, pretty solid risk management there. And then the rest of my trades for the day were on CCL. So let's take a look here at CCL. Now, when you look at this, this is the 1 minute chart, and you can see that CCL made again a really aggressive move up. And I had missed this. I missed this entire move up here. So I wasn't going to chase, but I was, and because I was comfortably green on the day, I just thought I'd maybe do some quick scalps to pad the profits for the day on some pullbacks and reversals. So when I saw that it had trouble getting past this level and it was throwing these candles with lower lows, I was watching it, and when it pushed below this R3 level, I actually thought that it might, so this is the R3 Camarillo pivot. Once it went below that, I went short there, and then I managed to get a partial at 2R, and then I saw that it was bouncing off this pre-market level here, so I went and got all out here, which that I have no problems with because, like I said, although I'm not a pure scalper probably would have just, got in here, then all out here. I did hold this, but, I definitely booked some profits on that. And then after that, I saw, this really was pushing up quite strong. It was quite strong. But I saw here at this R4 Camarillo pivot level, it threw this doji. So I thought, we might have a little bit of a retracement here, maybe, to the 9 EMA on the 5 minute chart possibly. But it didn't. It came back and actually bounced off this 9 EMA on this 1 minute chart. So I took this off that was a flat trade, a break-even trade. So no harm there. And then finally, just I did get a decent retracement, but not until I still did do one trade here. Again, you see this doji. I went short, thinking again that it was going to pull back. It was probably a little close to this VPOC level. Unfortunately, it continued to push up. And I got stopped out. But then up here, this 24, there was a lot of inventory here, a lot of ass at this $24 level, and you can see it through this upside down hammer. And there was a ton of volume coming in here, as you can see. So I went short at the break of that hammer, and it never looked back. I took a partial. This is a 2R partial. This was nearly a 3R partial, and then I managed to get, this is probably almost 4R. No, sorry. I'm sorry. This was a 1R because this was a bit of a scalp and it was really, really strong. I didn't want it to whip back up. So this is a 1R. This is nearly a 2R partial. Then this is a 3R partial. It came back up. And I didn't know if it was going to push below this VPOC line. So I took another partial here to book profits, and then I just I held on to the rest. I managed to get here, which is actually 5R for this particular trade. So all in all, a decent return on that trade. For, like I said, for my kind of partialing scalping strategy, if that's what you want to call it. Anyways, So this was my P&L for the day. Like I said, the three tickers, very small loss on Afria, and total of 3.1 R profit for the day. This could have, in my opinion, could have easily been a 5 or even 6 R day had I really managed that PLTR trade better. But it is what it is. Like I said, you gotta follow your rules when you're on a losing day, and you got to follow your rules and follow your trading plan on the winning day so that you can maximize those profits. Anyways, that's it. That's all for the day. Thank you again for tuning in. Hit me up in the comments below to share your thoughts on the recap or the trading day in general. As always, plan your trades and trade your plan. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'm AJ on Day Trader Boomer Bust. Catch you on my next recap. Cheers.